Good morning, everyone. This is Judge Kassan. Thank you for joining us. This is the 8:45 a.m. docket on March 10th, 2022 for the City of Olmos Park Municipal Court. Again, thank you for joining. I can see most of you here. We'll check you in here in a few minutes. I want you to be aware that we are currently live streaming on YouTube, and that's in order to comply with the open courts provision of the Constitution. Also with us this morning are two clerks from the municipal court, as well as Mr. Dixon, who is the city prosecutor. Some of you may be speaking with him. If that's the case, you will be sent into a breakout room with him. So please look for that pop-up notification to come up on your screen if that's the case. Okay. I am going to call the docket, like I said, in a few minutes. And I do want to give some preliminary instructions. This is an arraignment docket, a first appearance docket, or an initial appearance docket, or for some of you, a pre-trial setting. If it is a pre-trial setting for some of you, you will be speaking with the prosecutor. Otherwise, if it's an initial appearance, I will be asking you how you plead on your case. You can plead guilty, not guilty, or no contest. If you plead guilty, you're admitting guilt and you're asking the court to assess the punishment in the case. If you plead no contest, you are not admitting guilt. However, you're choosing not to contest the charges, and you just want to try to resolve the matter today. Okay, that would be a plea of no contest. If you do want to contest the charges, you would enter a plea of not guilty, and we would then give you the opportunity to visit with the prosecutor and thereafter set your case for a trial setting. Okay, you do have a constitutional right to a jury trial. That means the case would be heard and decided by 6 citizens of Olmos Park. You can choose to waive a jury trial and instead have a non-jury or bench trial, which means the case would be heard by a judge, either myself or the other judge in Olmos Park. Okay, that would be a plea of not guilty, and then you would choose a jury trial or a non-jury trial. Trials are not scheduled today. They will be scheduled for a later date and time, so you will receive notification of that trial setting. Okay, if you do want to try to resolve your case or cases today, there are some options available to you. The first of which is the driving safety course that is available for moving violations if you have not taken that in the last 12 months. You must also have a valid Texas driver's license and insurance in your name. Okay. If you are under the age of 25, you must take the driving safety course by state law. Now, if you are a commercial driver's license holder, you are not eligible for the driving safety course option. Yeah, you will have, if you do choose that option, it is valid for 1 moving violation, and you would have 90 days to complete the course. Upon course completion, you will return your certificate and your driving record to the court, and we would move for a dismissal for that case and close it out. Okay. If you do not qualify for that option, the other option that might be available to you is deferred disposition, sometimes informally called probation. It's an unsupervised probationary period, anywhere from 1 day to 180 days, depending on the violation charged. There is a special expense fee that must be paid, which will vary from case to case. And you may also be required to comply with some additional requirements that may be placed upon you. That may include maintaining insurance, completing a course, completing community service hours, etc. Again, it will vary depending on the case charged. However, if you are successful in complying with the terms of the deferral, your case will be closed out. It will not appear as a conviction on your driving record. Again, if you are under the age of 25, you must take the driving safety course, even if you choose a deferral option. If you are a commercial driver's license holder, you're not eligible for the deferral option either. All right. If you're here for an equipment violation, perhaps a broken tail light, expired registration, etc., and you were able to get those items corrected and you have proof that those items were corrected, you may be eligible for a compliance dismissal with a fee of anywhere from $10 to $20. Okay. If you have questions specific about your cases, if you need a payment plan, if you need an extension, if you are requesting community service hours, etc., I'll be happy to address those issues here with you in a few minutes. If you have multiple violations, you may be asked to visit with the prosecutor as well. Okay, please be patient. I'm going to call the docket. If you're here, please unmute and let me know that you're present. Thank you. Mark Alvarado Garcia. Mark Alvarado Garcia. Linda Alvarado. Linda Alvarado. Lizelda Bacon. Lizelda Bacon. Lawrence Beck. Lawrence Beck. Thank you, sir. Daniel Bell. Daniel Bell. Raymond Benavides. Raymond Benavides. Eric Ben Calban. Eric Ben Calban.
Judge, that was a reset till May 12th. I just realized.
Okay, thank you.
Yes.
It is Frank.
John Blunt. John Blunt. Lillian Calvert.
Here.
Thank you. Joshua Esquivel. Joshua Esquivel. Isaiah Fernandez. Isaiah Fernandez. Neil Lloyd.
Here.
Thank
Your
you.
Honor.
Brenda Lopez.
Here.
Thank you. Julio Morales. Julio Morales. Robert Morales. Robert Morales. Chelsea Munoz. Let's see.
Here.
Thank you. Seth Newberger.
Here.
Thank you, sir. Leanne Quinones. Leanne Quinones. Daniel Rodriguez.
Here.
Thank you. And Joe Rodriguez.
Here, Your Honor.
Thank you. Mr. Newberger, I'm going to have you visit with Mr. Dixon, the prosecutor, okay?
Thank you.
All right, you're welcome. All right, phone number ending in 520. If you could press *6 to unmute and let me know your name. Phone number ending in 520. Valerie, can we try to figure out who that is, please? Thank you. Okay, first up then is Lawrence Beck. Mr. Beck, if you could unmute.
Yes,
Good morning, how are you?
I'm fine.
Good, let's see here. You have a charge for a city ordinance violation for prohibition of weeds or brush. How do you plead on that case?
We already had the arraignment, whatever.
Are you scheduled to see the prosecutor today?
Yes,
Okay, very good. He'll be with you here shortly. Hang on and you'll visit with him, okay?
thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Beck. Okay, next up then is Lillian Calvert.
Yes.
Good morning, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing well, thank you. Let's see here. You have a speeding charge, 35 in a 25-mile-per-hour zone. How do you plead?
Plea of no contest.
Okay. And how did you want to try to take care of it today?
I would like to take the defensive driving course.
Okay. Have you taken it in the last 12 months?
No, ma'am.
Okay. And do you have a valid Texas driver's license and insurance in your name?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And the fee for that is $144. Is that something you're able to pay in the next week?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So it's $144 that must be paid to the court. You can contact the court to make that payment, or you can stop by in person and drop that payment off. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Very good. So I'm going to give you until next Friday, the 18th, to take care of that payment. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
All right. Very good. You're free to go.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right. Let's see. Neil Lloyd.
Yes, Your Honor.
Good morning, Mr. Lloyd. How are you?
I'm okay. How are you?
I'm doing well, thank you. I have a note here that you're going to retain an attorney. Did that happen?
No, there's been some life circumstances that have happened since this original violation, and And I've written the court a few times. I don't know if you received any of the letters. I've basically been indigent for the last year. I don't own a vehicle. I'm living in a group home, been hospitalized about 10 times. There's been a lot of stuff that's happened, and I was wondering if there's any way I can, get a dismissal or have some sort of something
Okay.
that I can work with. I just,
All right, well, let's do a couple things here first. Let's first take just to clarify, you are not represented by an attorney, is that correct?
that's correct.
Okay, so we have two pending violations. You have a speeding ticket or speeding violation for 40 miles per hour in a 30-mile-per-hour zone. How do you plead on that case? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
I don't know, no contest.
Okay, then you have another one for defective or no license plate light. How do you plead on that case?
No contest.
Okay,
Can't get that fixed because I don't have a car.
okay, okay. All right,
I
very
haven't
good.
had a car.
Okay. If you're looking for a dismissal, you'd have to speak with the prosecutor and he would decide whether he wants to move forward with the case. Would you like to visit with him?
Yes, that'd be
All
great.
right. All right, hang on. He does have a couple of people ahead of you. Okay, so just hang on a few minutes. When it's your turn, you'll be sent a notification to go into a breakout room with him. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
All right, thank you. Okay, next is Brenda Lopez.
I'm here, Your Honor.
Good morning. How are you?
Good morning. I'm great, thank you.
Good. Let's see here. You have a speeding charge, 40 and a 30-mile-per-hour. How do you plead?
I'm gonna do no contest on that one.
Okay. And then fail to drive in a single lane. How do you plead?
Not guilty on that one.
Okay. Trial by judge or trial by jury?
Can you explain the difference? Well, you did explain the difference at the beginning, so it's either by you or by like a group of 6 people, correct?
Correct.
I would like you.
Okay. Thank you. Let's see. All right. Very good. Because we can try to resolve the speeding ticket today, but because you are pleading not guilty on the other one, I am going to have you speak with the prosecutor on that one.
Okay.
And then we'll move forward with resolving the other case today. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
All right. So hang on. He'll visit with you shortly and then hopefully we can resolve everything. Okay.
Thank you so much.
All right. Hang on a few minutes. Thank you.
Mhm.
Mr. Dixon.
Judge, on Newberger, I'm gonna dismiss it based on what I got from Rick yesterday.
Okay.
Pool deal, but I guess if some new information comes to me, I could refile it, but I don't plan to do that.
Okay. And is Mr. Newberger going to rejoin or?
There he is, and he's out, he's on black screen, Judge. They hit the wrong button. He wasn't doing that on purpose.
Okay, Mr. Newberger, can you
Yes,
take?
ma'am.
All right, good morning.
Good morning, Judge.
All right, so the prosecutor is moving for a dismissal based on his conversations with the city officials, okay?
Yes, yes, Judge.
All right, if there's any additional issues that come up, we'll be in contact, okay?
Thank you. Have a good day.
Take care, sir. You too. Bye-bye. Frank, you have Mr. Beck. I believe he was a follow-up from a prior setting.
Okay, thank you, Judge. I'll visit with him.
Thank you. Okay, next up then is Chelsea Munoz.
Yes, ma'am.
Good morning. How are you?
Good morning. Fine.
Good. Let's see here. You have a display expired registration or license plate. How do you plead?
No content.
Okay. Then you have no driver's license. How do you plead?
No content.
Okay. Failure to control speed. How do you plead?
No content.
And reckless damage or destruction. How do you plead?
No content.
Okay. All right, here, let's see. What's the status of the driver's license?
I don't have one.
Have you ever had one?
No, ma'am.
No. Plans to get one or no?
Yes. Yes, ma'am.
Where are you in the process?
I have made an appointment. They haven't gotten back to me with a scheduled one.
Okay. That, so you have talked to DPS?
I have, but I just haven't made a set date. I was in the process of making an appointment, but where they scheduled me, I didn't have the time for.
Okay, so there's nothing on the books yet for an appointment?
No.
Okay. All right, what about the registration on the vehicle? Did you get that taken care of?
The registration?
Mhm.
Yes, I had a registration.
Okay, well, you received a ticket for expired registration or that the license plates were expired. Did you get that renewed? The sticker?
No, I no longer have the vehicle.
Okay. Okay. All right, so what happened with the other two tickets here? Failure to control speed and reckless damage or destruction. What happened?
The weather and
And what was damaged?
I believe it was a pole.
Okay. All right. Okay. All right. I'm going to set the fine at 300 for the reckless damage or destruction. I'm going to have you speak with the prosecutor about all four of these cases, since there are 4 open pending cases. I'm going to have you visit with him, and then we can determine how to proceed. Okay.
Okay, yes, ma'am.
All right. Just hang on a few minutes.
Thank you.
All right. Next up then is Daniel Rodriguez. You're on mute, sir.
Okay. Go ahead, man.
All right, sorry about that. Let's see here. You have a charge for failure to or displayed expired registration. Did you get that taken care of?
It was not expired at the time I received the violation. I had purchased a new vehicle and the dealership never sent the sticker over. It expires at the end of this month. And so after I received the violation, I went down to the tax office, paid a $6 fee and had a replication sticker made.
Okay.
And that's now displayed on my vehicle.
Do you have a copy of that receipt by any chance?
Yes, it's right here, or I can share it to my screen.
Right. If you could email a copy of that. Okay.
Okay.
In a few minutes, if you could email that to us. Okay. So we have, looks like you took care of the moving violation, right?
Yes.
All right. So the failure to fail to display expired registration. How do you want to plead on that case?
Isn't that a no contest because I could resolve it with this?
Correct. So if you
Okay.
could email that to us, it would simply be a $20 compliance fee to close it out.
Okay, and how do I pay that fee? And what is it the email address that was provided on the letter that I received?
Correct. Almost parkcourt@gmail.com. Should be on that letter that you received from the court.
I have the letter here. I actually don't see the email, but can you repeat it again?
Valerie, go ahead.
It's almost parkcourt@gmail.
Fort, F-O-R-T?
Court.
Almost.
Almost park court. Like
Almost
court.
park.
Municipal court. Court, yes.
Almost parkcourt@gmail.com.
Correct.
Okay.
All right. So the payment can be mailed in or dropped off in person or dropped at the drop box at the court.
Okay.
Okay.
take care of that
And
right
you
now.
have until next Friday to make that payment. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Any questions?
No.
All right. Upon receipt of those 2 items, we'll close out the case.
Okay. Thank you very
All right.
much.
Thank you, sir. Have a good day.
Nice day.
Thank you. Mr. Dixon?
Judge, on Mr. Beck, I'm going to dismiss that. That was one of these cases with weeds. He made an appearance in August. I had reset it to monitor compliance. He's elderly. He's had some health problems, and his groundskeeper had moved out of the country back at the time that he got this citation. Everything is in order now. He's going to stay on top of it with a new groundskeeper. And I did inform him that, it'd be subject to refiling at my discretion if there were further violations. But at this time on Mr. Beck, I want to dismiss that, Judge.
Okay, very good. Mr. Beck, any questions about that?
No, Your Honor. Thank you.
All right, very good. We'll move forward with processing that dismissal then.
Appreciate it.
All right, you're free to go. Have a good day. Bye-bye now.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Let's see. Frank, you have a couple waiting for you. You have Mr. Neil Lloyd.
Okay.
He's pled no contest, but would like to talk to you about a dismissal.
All right. Okay. Thank you, Judge.
You'll have Miss Brenda Lopez after that.
All right.
Thank you. Okay, next is Joe Rodriguez.
Hey, Your Honor.
Good morning. How are you?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Good, thank you. Let's see. You have 3 open cases. You have a speeding charge, 47 and a 30 mile per hour. How do you plead?
I'll plead guilty.
Okay. Failure to maintain financial responsibility or insurance. How do you plead?
No contest.
Okay. And then possession of drug paraphernalia. How do you plead?
Guilty.
Okay. So tell me, what is the status of the insurance?
Well, at the time, ma'am, I had this girlfriend, but I'm not with her no more. With car. So at the time, she did not have insurance, and I no longer talk to her anymore. So I don't know how.
Okay. Do you have your own vehicle?
No, ma'am, I do not.
Okay. All right. So you don't have any kind of insurance?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Unfortunately, you are responsible when you drive somebody else's car. So if they have a,
Yes.
broken tail light, you become responsible. So, and that
Right.
includes the insurance. Okay. So we have that one to take care of. All right. Do you have a driver's license? Yes?
Yes, I do.
Okay. All right. All right. Well, we could place you on a deferral for the insurance, but you would need to get some in your name. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
They do sell non-owner's insurance, so that covers you if you don't own a car, but it covers you if you're driving somebody else's car, potentially. Okay. Is that something you think you might be able to get?
Yes, ma'am, I can.
Okay. So if you're able to get the insurance, we can place you on a deferral for that, but it would be $325. Okay.
Okay, that's fine.
All right. So it'd be $325 for a deferral for the insurance, and that would be 6 months that you have to maintain insurance. Okay.
Okay.
And not pick up any additional tickets. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
What about the drug paraphernalia charge? Did you want to try to keep that off your record?
Yeah, I want to. How could I do that?
All right. So then you would we would place you on a deferral for that one. It would be $331 on that one. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
It would be a deferral for, again, 6 months. Okay.
Yes,
You would
ma'am.
have to complete a 4-hour drug awareness course online.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay. So you would pay the deferral fee, not receive any additional convictions for that type of violation, and then complete the course. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And are you under the age of 25?
Yes, I am.
Okay.
But I've already took the driving course.
You did? Okay. All
Driving.
right. Let's see here.
But
Okay.
not for this ticket, but I know
For
I
another.
have, yes, for another one.
Okay. All right. Here's what we can do. Let's see. Are you working?
No, ma'am. Right now I'm self-employed.
Okay. Okay. So plus 4-hour drug awareness course. All right. Here's what we can do. I can place you on a deferral for the speeding ticket to run concurrently with the others. What that means, it would run, they would all run together 6 months. Okay. So it wouldn't be 6 months, 6 months, 6 months. They would just all be at the same time. Okay.
Yes.
All right. But you would have to take the course because of your age. Okay.
Okay, yes,
All
ma'am.
right, so that you can do that for our court because you're not taking it on its own, you're taking it as part of the deferral. Okay,
Okay,
all right, so I would go ahead and waive the fee on the speeding ticket, assuming
you.
you can make your payments on the other two, okay? Because you're looking at a total of $656 for the other two, okay?
Okay, yes, ma'am.
All right, so you would have to be on a deferral for 6 months for all three. And for the speeding ticket, as additional condition, you'd have to take the driving safety course, okay?
Okay, yes, ma'am.
All right, so you'd have to make these payments, obtain insurance,
Yes.
and then complete those two courses, the drug awareness course, the 4 hours online, and the 6-hour driving safety course. And you can do that online as well.
Okay, thank you,
Okay.
ma'am.
Can you make any type of payment towards this in the next week?
Could we do like maybe 2 weeks?
Okay, and that would be the 25th.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and how much can you pay on the 25th? Can you pay 50 on each?
I could pay
12?
100 on each.
100 on each? Okay.
Yep.
All right. So 100 on each by the 25th. If you have it before, you can always stop by the court and make that payment before, okay?
Okay, thank you.
All right, you're welcome. So then by March 25th, you would have $100 on each, so that would be 200, and then you'll have payments to make over the next 6 months, okay? To pay it off.
Ma'am.
Okay. You will need to provide proof of the insurance. So hopefully you can get that within the next 2 weeks, but I'm going to give you 30 days to get that insurance, okay?
Okay, thank you very much.
Okay, you're welcome. You need to get that insurance, make sure it has your name on it, okay? You can
All right.
either be added to somebody's policy or get it on your own,
Okay, yes,
okay?
ma'am.
But we will need proof of that, and you must maintain it for 6 months.
Okay, yes, ma'am.
Okay, any questions about that?
No, ma'am.
All right, very good. So 6 months deferral, and that will begin once you make your initial payment.
Okay, yes, ma'am.
Okay, when you go in to make your payment, they're going to give you instructions on all three of these and give you the dates so that you know when everything is due.
Okay, yes, ma'am.
All right, do you have any questions about this, Joe?
No, ma'am.
All right, very good. So make sure you stop by the court within the next 2 weeks to make that payment, and then they're going to give you further instructions, okay?
Okay, yes, ma'am.
All right, you're free to go.
All right, you have a wonderful day.
You do the same. Take care. Mr. Dixon?
Judge, on Mr. Lloyd, I have a tentative agreement, and that is no contest on the license plate light
Okay.
with a conviction, a fine of $310. He's requesting community service. I told him I would recommend it. I'll tell you about that, more about that, Judge, and then dismiss the speeding.
Okay,
Judge, he informs me that he's been in mental hospitals about 10 times in the last year. He's currently in a group home out in, I think, Bernie or someplace.
Kerrville.
Kerrville, okay. And you know, he's had some suicidal thoughts in the last year or so. But he says he could do community service, and he said
Okay.
that he is indigent, and I told him that I would ask the court to consider it.
okay, very good. Thank you for that information.
Yes.
Mr. Lloyd, is that an accurate representation of your discussion with the prosecutor?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, so his plea offer is a conviction on the license plate light violation with a dismissal of the speeding violation. Is that, are you in agreement with that offer?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, and you are not currently employed, is that correct?
Correct.
Are you receiving any disability benefits or any government assistance?
I was receiving SNAP, but yeah, I'm trying to get that going.
Okay. All right. And do you have any physical limitations that would prohibit you or prevent you from performing community service hours?
No.
Okay. Is that something you can do at the location that you are currently residing, or do you have a nonprofit nearby where you could do that?
There's a nonprofit. I just have to figure out how to get there. I don't have a car. So.
Okay. All right. All right. I'm going to assign 20 hours of community service for the license plate light violation. So in lieu of paying the fine, it would be 20 hours of community service, and you can do that at any nonprofit there near where you're residing, okay? All right, as long as it's a nonprofit organization, we'll just need them to sign a timesheet when you've completed your hours, okay?
Okay.
Okay, so once you've completed those hours, I'm gonna give you 90 days to do that, okay? So 3 months, but as soon as you get them done, just turn them in. You can mail that into us or you can send it by email. All right,
Okay.
and once we receive those, that proof of those hours completed, then we can close out this case.
Okay.
All right, and it is a conviction, but it is an equipment violation, a non-moving violation, so it should not impact your driver's license, okay?
Okay, thank you.
All right, you're very welcome. Do you have any questions about that?
No, I guess I just get something on an email or?
Okay, do we have, Valerie, do we have his current information?
Yes, I believe we've corresponded with him via email.
Okay, so Mr. Lloyd, they're gonna email you that information about the community service, okay, and give you the due date. And then, like I said, as soon as you're able to complete those hours, submit those to the court so we can close out this case.
Okay, thank you.
All right, you're very welcome. Any questions?
No.
Okay, well,
No.
if you do have any questions, just reach out to the court, okay?
Okay, thank you.
All right, best of luck to you, sir. You take care and have a good rest of the day.
Thanks, you too. Thank
Okay,
you, Mr.
thank you.
Dixon.
Bye-bye. Frank, you have Brenda Lopez. She's pled no contest to the speeding and not guilty to the driving in a single lane, sorry.
All right, I will visit with her. Thank you, Judge.
Thank you. All right, so phone number ending in 520, if you could press *6 and let me know your name, please. What's your name? Phone number ending in 520, what is your name? Having some trouble hearing you. Could you repeat your name? Okay, the person with the phone number ending in 520, if I could have you disconnect and then reconnect to the meeting. We are having some audio problems and cannot hear you, okay? So if you could sign off and then sign back in or dial back in, hopefully we can hear you then, okay?
They're rejoining.
Okay, phone number ending in 520, if you could press *6, please. Yes, what is your name?
Julio Morales.
Okay, thank you, sir. How are you today?
No habla español.
Sí, hablo español. ¿Cómo está?
Muy bien.
Muy bien.
l-
¿Tiene un,
La cuestión. Mande.
tiene un ticket por alta velocidad, 44 en un zona de 30? ¿Eres culpable o no
Así.
culpable?
Sí, soy culpable.
Luego, a ver, tiene otro ticket por, okay. Is it a tinting one, Valerie, or is it something else?
I believe it's a tinting one. Let me make sure. Yes, window tint.
Okay. El otro de las ventanas que estaba muy oscura.
Así es.
¿Eres culpable o no culpable?
Sí, también soy culpable.
Okay. Y las ventanas ya quitó el film, el tint.
Sí, ya lo quité.
Okay. Okay. ¿Tiene foto?
Sí, de hecho se las mandé, no sé si las recibieron.
Okay. Do we have a photo of that, Valerie?
No. Was it via email? Let me see.
¿Lo envió por correo electrónico o?
Sí, por correo electrónico.
¿Cuándo lo envió, señor?
Lo acabo de enviar hace rato porque como trabajo de noche no he tenido tiempo hasta ahorita que tenía la corte.
Okay.
Okay. ¿Y lo mandó al correo que estaba en la carta?
Así es.
See anything recently, Valerie?
No, ma'am.
Okay. ¿Lo puede enviar otra vez, señor Morales?
Sí,
Okay. Espera un momento, okay?
ándale.
Okay. Frank?
Judge, on Miss Brenda Lopez, she's going to do defensive driving on the speeding. Pay the money, the 144 next week. And
Okay.
if she complies with that, I'll dismiss the other case.
Okay. So you're just going to hold the other one open 90 days, is that right?
Yes, Judge.
Okay. All right, Ms. Lopez, are you in
Yes, ma'am.
agreement? Are you in agreement with the prosecutor's offer?
Yes, ma'am. So that's deferred, I mean, not deferred. I mean, it's the class within 90 days.
Correct. The class completion within 90 days, and then you return the certificate and the driving record to the court's office. And then if it's in compliance after the 90 days, then he will move for a dismissal on the other violation.
And then.
No need for a trial then.
But is there a fine?
Not if you, well, the fee for the defensive driving would be $144 for court costs.
Okay, that's where I was confused. Okay, got it. By next
Okay.
week.
By next Friday, correct. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Any questions?
No, ma'am.
All right. You're free to go. Thank you.
Thank you. Have a good day. Bye-bye.
You do the same. Thanks.
Thanks.
Frankie and Miss Munoz, and she has pled no contest to all 4 violations. I've set the fine for the reckless damage at 300.
Reckless damage 300.
Correct.
Okay. And has there been a discussion about that as deferred or conviction or anything? Or?
We have not discussed any of those other
Okay.
than
Oh,
I did ask about the driver's license. She doesn't have one and does not have an appointment as of
Okay.
right now. And she no longer has the vehicle with regards to the registration.
Okay, I'll visit with Ms. Munoz. Thank you, Judge.
All right, thank you. Okay, señor Morales, ¿puedo enviar la información otra vez?
Sí, se la acabo de enviar ahorita.
Okay, you got it?
Yeah, I'll forward it to you right now.
Okay, very good. Y luego, ¿qué quería hacer con el ticket de alta velocidad?
Pues quería ver si no sé si me lo va a reducir o pagarlo en pago, no sé cómo vaya.
Ok, ¿está trabajando?
Sí, estoy trabajando.
Ok. ¿Cuántas horas por semana trabaja?
Trabajo 50 horas
Ok. ¿En qué trabaja?
a construcción.
Ok. ¿Y necesita plan de pago?
Ah, ¿cuánto sería el plan de pago?
Bueno, para que no salga en su record va a ser 247.
Ajá.
Y si puede ser el primer pago de 50 y luego le puedo dar 90 días para hacer los otros pagos.
No, está bien entonces. ¿Para pagarlo tengo que pagarlo ahí en la corte o puedo pagarlo en línea?
Mara?
Sorry, Judge, I didn't get that. I was helping someone. What was he gonna do?
Deferral for 90 days with an initial payment of 50 and then payments monthly for each of the 90-day period.
Okay, Mr. Morales.
Ajá.
He wants to know if he can pay over the phone or online or if he has to go in.
Mr. Morales,
No,
el primer pago van a ser 50 en línea o por teléfono, tiene que ser de $100 arriba. So, que tiene que reportarse a la ventanilla, pagar en persona con cheque o en efectivo.
está bien entonces.
Okay. Es cualquier hora de 8:30 a 4:30.
Está bien.
Y el primer pago, señor, ¿cuándo lo puede hacer? ¿El próximo
me
viernes?
Sí, por favor.
¿El día 18?
Ajá.
Ok. Así que
Disculpe otra. Si tengo el dinero suficiente, lo puedo pagar todo, aunque
Sí.
me dio los 90. Haz de cuenta, si me está diciendo que 50, si yo tengo el dinero, los 240, ¿los puedo pagar todos de una vez?
Sí,
Bueno, está
pero
bien.
todavía que no le den ticket por 90 días todavía, ¿ok?
Está bien.
Ok. Y déjame revisar el foto, ¿ok?
Ujú.
Ok. Ok, muy bien. No va a tener que pagar nada en otro ticket de las ventanas, ¿ok?
Está bien.
Okay, so Valerie, Myra, I'm waiving the fee on the
Okay.
tenting, the compliance fee. And, okay, ¿alguna pregunta, señor Morales?
No, es todo.
Ok, así que 50 para el día 18 y luego si tiene la cantidad en total puede pagar, ¿ok?
Ok, muchísimas gracias.
Ok, que pase buen día.
Igualmente.
Gracias, adiós.
Adiós.
Call the docket again, Valerie.
Yes, sir.
This is the 8:45 docket on March 10th, 2022. Mark Alvarado Garcia, Linda Alvarado, Lizelda Bacon, Daniel Bell, Raymond Benavides, John Blunt, Joshua J. Esquivel, Isaiah Fernandez, Robert Morales, and Leanne Quinones. Leanne Quinones.
Judge on Bacon, she paid last night the 255 for the deferral
Oh,
at
okay.
6:30.
Thank you.
Mhm. And for Mr. Morales, it was 250 total for the for the deferral.
247. 247.
247. Okay.
Thank you.
For Neil Lloyd, was it 90 days for his community service?
90 days to
90
complete.
days, okay.
And let's see, he was living in did he say Kerrville?
Yes, Kerrville.
So any nonprofit in Kerr County or Bear County,
Okay.
whatever he can, whichever he can do better.